In this video, I'm building a zoo with super relaxing commentary to keep you company and help you fall asleep. I'm MadMorph. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome home. I actually recorded this one before the announcement that Planet Zoo 2 is coming later this year, so that's really exciting. Let me know in a comment if you want to see more of this one on the channel, and if this video helps you chill out. I always love to hear that someone's enjoying the series or that it's helping them in some way, so let me know in a comment below. And if it does help and you find my voice relaxing, feel free to check out my podcast Down to Sleep, which is where I read books to you to help you sleep. You can listen for free on Spotify and everywhere you get podcasts. I've been doing that for 5 years, so there's quite a few episodes over there. If you go to the Patreon, you can unlock 600 episodes of readings, as well as exclusive books, and even check out the shop to get some ASMR, some pep talks, and some meditations. Find all of the links that you need at downtosleeppodcast.com or in the description for this episode. And now, Planet Zoo. Good night. Welcome to Planet Zoo. I haven't played this game in, I think it said 2020, so about 6 years or so. Played it when it came out. I had over 100 hours in it. Love decorating in it. And tonight we're going to be building a zoo and hanging out together whilst you chill out. We're building a zoo in Asia. We come down here and pick pathways and pick which path we want to go with. I think we're going to go with a wooden path. Have kind of a rustic, welcoming feel to it over having brick and tile. And we'll just adapt the size of this, the width, so it's not so bulbous. Try and have it come out as a straight line. At least from there, and then we'll probably make it wider, as these games tend to have a tendency where visitors can get a little bit congested. So then, I don't like the way it goes suddenly. We'll have it slowly get bigger. What we'll actually do is turn it off like this at both ends, if we can. How do we make kind of a sort of T-junction-y vibe? Let's go backwards. So what if from here we want it aligned to grid? Perhaps that would do it. There you go. Perfect. Solved it very quickly. Just as we wanted. And we'll have it come out wider there. So what do we have in terms of habitats and animals coming in? I think you build barriers first, and then we start to decorate it. And decorating the enclosures for the animals is definitely one of my favourite parts. Now it said here, we need a surgery, a trade centre, a staff room, quarantine, and a keeper hut. Perhaps first, the main thing to have is to start getting habitat up so people can see something right as they come in. First we have to look at what animals we can have, right? Because then we'll know what to build for them. So we need a trade centre first. So let's have a little pathway come off around this back end. Away from the guests. Actually turn it into a staff path, so that guests don't think to come this way. And we'll stick our first row of kind of staff buildings out of the way here. So we want staff facilities. We've got them under different themes. They've got the Arctic huts, the African keeper huts, Australia, quite a few stuffs behind DLCs. Let's see if we can change it to filter by theme. And let's have a look. Classic looks quite nice. We've got East Asia, which is where we are. Is Indian themed. Indonesian. It's locked. New World looks pretty good. Classic Planet Zoo. Rustic, there's nothing. In South America, I quite like the look of New World. Let's use the New World Trade Center. How do we rotate? Z. We'll pop that right by the entrance here, slink it in. No need for it to be in the way of things. What a beautiful looking staff room that is. We'll have that at the end here of the row for people to hang out in. And a keeper hut on the corner. I also love the soundtrack of these games so much. Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, they have the most beautiful soundtracks. So chill, like probably the best soundtracks for a builder game I've ever heard. And we need some more stuff, but we'll see for now. Come out of building mode. So on the animal market we have aardvarks, African buffalo, African leopard, elephants, tortoises, bisons, wolves. Oh, we could do a beautiful big Arctic wolf area, couldn't we? Camels, tapir, tigers, lemurs. I love lemurs so much. Chimps, orangutan. I once spent hours watching a baby orangutan in a zoo. It's like an open no-bar zoo that does a lot for conservation. Because I have mixed feelings about zoos, of course, as an animal lover, but it's very important that they're also doing a lot for conservation. Like, I feel sad in them, but I also kind of understand their importance at times, and as long as the animals are really well taken care of. But it's still just, you know, it's sad to see stuff. You know, we live in a world where I think there's some sadness there of just us living in the world where it's required. Do you know what I mean? Giant panda. Crocodiles. Fun. Bears, of course. I mean, when I first played this, that was my thing, was bears. And I had the best bear enclosures, and because you could sell them on the market to other players, I was doing bear breeding and breeding loads of bears to trade on the marketplace and stuff. There's so many animals. Polar bears. Oh my gosh, we're so doing a polar bear. We are so doing a polar bear. Wait, I think these are from people, aren't they? This is the market, is it not? That people are selling? Not sure. Rescue. A rescue polar bear. We have to get them. So even though we're in Asia, I think we're going to end up doing Arctic wolves, polar bears. We'll definitely do pandas and stuff. I would love to just straight up start building a polar bear area here, actually. So let's take a look at what the polar bear requirements are. I think that's a great place to start. Right at the entrance, you know? Zoopedia, let's see what it says. The polar bear, a large Eocene species that lives in the Arctic Circle and subarctic regions with a completely white coat, dark eyes and a dark nose, stocky in build with sturdy legs and large feet, well adapted to swimming. To minimize heat loss, the bears have small ears and a short tail. Males are between 2.4 and 3 meters long, weighing 350 and 750 kilograms. Females between 1.8 and 2.4 meters long. Both sexes feed on both ringed and bearded seals. Bears are vulnerable due to climate change melting the sea ice on which they live and feed. With reduced prey availability, the bears struggle to eat enough food to survive throughout the harsh winters. So immediately, in this starter area, I want to start things off with a bear enclosure. Since we are a bear ourselves here, this is what must be done. So we're going to have it right here, and we're going to do polar bears. So if we take a look at the polar bears here, and we go to the Zoopedia, we can check out their habitat. That we need them to have 3,250 meters squared. Climbing requirement 0 meters, and they need 720 meters of water. And a grade 4 2-meter fence. Fun fact, polar bears are the largest land carnivores in the world. If I was a bear, I would be a polar bear. That's the actual type of bear I am, even though my little logo is a pink bear of teddy bear descript nature. Me a polar bear. So what did it say? Grade 4. Barrier. Can we make it so people can see through? Glass is resistance grade 2. Let me remind myself, it's already gone out of my brain, of what was needed. Grade 4. Okay. So barriers. Grade 4 is steel mesh. Electric. Thick glass, grade 4, so people can look through it, but I don't want them to look through here because this is the entrance. So I'm going to like fill that in, but it's going to be able to see through once they come around here, because we just don't want them to block the area up. Do you know what I mean? So we'll come this way as we start to put our first enclosure in. And we want to get it right up against this corner here, actually, as close as you can get, so there's no distance between that and the path. Get it blue like that. And bring it forward like so. So we've got our first fencing, and then along this way, what can you have? So I almost want to do like, I'm picturing decorations here and it not actually being part of that. So hang on a second. First thing I want to do is get some big rocks for this entranceway. The little kiss sound when you click on favorites for items. Cute. That's a little forehead kiss for you to go to sleep with. But looking at rocks. Yeah, give us some ice rocks, some Arctic vibing. Get some grey ones along here. Really, it's the entrance of our park, you know? And then when they come around this corner, that's where they will then start to see the rest of everything else going on. Whoa, that's a big one. There you go, that's perfect. To start things off with. Maybe they'll find themselves kind of like peering over here, you know? Wondering what's beyond, over the rocks, and then it'll dip down into the enclosure. Like so. Just change it up, different sizes and shapes, and fill it in. Fill those holes. That was a good looking slip right there, actually. Like that. And on top of here, just some assorted heights and sizes. like that. Okay. So it's just kind of an entrance area that people are coming in to not be distracted and stand around gawping. And then from here, they'll start to be able to look in. So we'll switch to our thick glass barrier right here. And I want to half it then. The length is very long. Because what I then want to do is have us have a little dig in with the same path with a line to grid. And we're going to come up there, so I need to actually remove that barrier, don't I? Let's do the pathway first. Has to be the same. Could it be squared edge? It can. Just have to do that button first. Beautiful. This is going to look so nice. And then we bring our path, our barrier, excuse me, to the edge here. I want to just move you along. How do I do that? Have to... Can I just delete you? And start again? Start from this end, so it's right in that corner. Let's see if we can do one solid pane of glass. 16? Perfect. There it is. Now, are we able to get out of there though? So it might actually make more sense for it to be one shorter than that. Bear with me. Huh. Bear. Go to 15 meters. And that. Can that come off of there? Obstructed. What are you obstructed by? Oh, is it the rock? Let's move it out of the way a second. I'm not sure what you're obstructed by, my friend. Weirdly, I can't click off of that one, but I can click there. Well, a little bit of 6 year ago jank, but we got there in the end. And then this barrier is going to come up this way. An envelope. Oh, that was it. That was perfect. There you go. Might have to do a double up of barriers here to have a panel in front. That's okay though. Just not sure why it keeps thinking it's obstructed. It's clearly not. Maybe we've got to just be a little bit further away from it. Too close to the path, perhaps. As snug as we want to get. Maybe it's for the safety of those visiting. And then we do another long pane on this side. So we have the first start of our polar bear habitat. And that path comes up right to the end nicely. Actually, give it a squared edge. At the end. Nice. So let's turn this into a habitat. I think there will need to be a gate on it that can be accessed by staff, if I remember correctly. We'll do that around this way. Because we also want to see what the size is, don't we? Can we curve this? We can. Oh, we love a curved barrier. There we go. It's going to curve beautifully this way, and over here might be where we'll have like some water for them to swim. Give them a nice big area. Hopefully this is big enough. As it curves all the way around there, and then straightens up to come around the back. Like that, with some curve on it. That looks really nice. We've got to find out if it's big enough. We've also got to put a gate in somewhere. I wonder if I could hide a gate on this side through an archway of rocks with a staff-only pathway underneath. That would look pretty cool, right? Like if this was up here, we'll make basically an archway of these rocks. So it looks like it's being held up. Like this. So people can have a little sneak peek through, but I think I'll change the barrier here. Because you've got to put a door in it. I don't think you can put a door in the glass. So barriers, gates, small... Oh, you can. Okay, great. Small... Well, it needs to be bigger than the small gate. Viewing domes. Glass habitat gate. Glass track airlock. What are we keeping in here? A dinosaur? That looks insane. Glass track airlock? Oh, that's for a track for a train. Oh my gosh, I thought we were suddenly in Jurassic Park. Habitat gate, glass habitat gate. Okay, so here... But I want that to be a staff path, not a anyone path, don't I? Maybe I can change that after. Look at that, that's beautiful. Perfect, we can decorate this up more. Once we're into it, we'll get into some decorating and chatting away. Can I change this to a staff-only path? Yep. Let's see what colour we want. That one. Oh, I like that a lot. So I'm just going to duplicate some of these rocks in here and move them about a little bit. So bring this one down slightly. So it's all making a bit more sense. They can move through there. Beautiful thing about the design is it's not really being too limited by anything. The people moving through it, they'll find a way, you know, they'll clip through it if they have to, I believe. So it's really what we want it to look like more than anything. But I think that's a pretty nice little secret entrance for the start. Maybe a little bit more. Copy this on that side. So it's like they can't quite see. It feels more enclosed that way. So now we have a habitat. Let's see, what is the size of this? It's 1,360. We don't have the water in there yet, and it's obviously the wrong type of terrain. We need to form that. And our polar bears need what? Polar bear says what? 3,250? Oh, We've made this way too small. It's got to be 3 times this, pretty much. I'm a terrible zookeeper, I guess. So what we'll do is I'm going to make a private area for them by opening up the barrier on this side and continuing it on with plenty of space for them to roam. Free as anything. And we'll curve it way higher up. And rethink how we were doing things. There we go. Switch back to straight. And then have it about halfway. There. Now let's take a look. 4,000, great. So we're giving them plenty of room now. That looks much better. So we're going to want this habitat to be, obviously, snow, I would assume. We'll just paint this in here. As we're making it for polar bears, aren't we? Fill their habitat in. Why is the snow only really where... Why does it look so grey once we take our thing off of it? Is it all melting? It looks like snow until I stop spraying and then it doesn't. It just looks like rock. Let's see what it says. Is that snow? Don't tell me I can't have snow because I'm in Africa. I figured I could do whatever I wanted anywhere. It's just rock. 96% rock, 0% snow. Wait, why is it doing that? There must be cooling things or something. I seem to remember us not needing to be in the Arctic to actually have Arctic animals, or am I insane? Habitat heaters and coolers. Ah, we need to put coolers in. That's right, it's too hot because we're in Africa, baby. So if you put a cooler here, we've got to cool the habitat down. See what that's like as a spread. Make it real cold, please. See if we can get the snow to come back. Is it on? Do we need power? Is that a thing? Keep a hut, quarantine, research, staff room, trade center, workshop. Do we have power, baby? Workshop, trade center, utilities. That's what we need. Wind turbines, solar power. Always useful. Can we have a little pathway coming back here for all of the powers, you know? Around the back. It needs to be a staff pathway, really. So if we then put a bunch of panels back here, or just a big transformer, does that work? How do we see how much power you're given? Objects covered. None. Does there need to be a transformer hiding in here that can reach it? Maybe we have to like hide it in it somehow. Ah, so we can see on the grid where it's going to be affected, right? Is that one like too far away? I wish I'd left another spot for this then. What about some solar panels? Can we actually just make it so we don't need electricity? Because I just want to build. And this is sandbox mode. Let me see. Settings. Sandbox. Economy settings. Power everything. There you go. We don't want to mess around with power. So make it cold, please. Take the temp down. There we go. We had to like stop it from being paused and actually let them run. You can see actually even see the turbines going in there. The fans blowing. Decreasing the temp. And the snow coming back. There you go. Beautiful. We worked it out. So back into the habitat. We're going to have to put coolers along here. Ah, we can see how much they do actually. So I didn't need that many, but we'll have it nice and cool for them there. There you go. So this is going to be water for them. So let's start with that. We do that with the terrain. Into water, and we're going to terraform it. Sculpt the land downwards here. Oh, want it to be wider than that, don't we? Just a massive hole in the ground. Perhaps turn its intensity down a little bit so we can just work on it. It's actually quite hard to do whilst it looks like snow. Have it curve around like that. And see how that shapes out if we fill it with water like this. Oh. See what calm water looks like. Do they want it calm or rough? That's calm. That's rough. I don't see any difference. I think calm looks more like a polar bear's chill home. Let's move that cooler over here. I feel like the guests are going to be very cold by that. As well, feel the temp. And this is how I end up with 100+ hours when I built maybe a handful of habitats because I just spend so long building each one. We're not even into the decorating. I've got the polar bear in here yet. I want to make sure that everywhere is nice and cold for them and snowy. So maybe straight down the middle here was not the move. But actually, 2 apiece on the side. And turn it down. There you go. I'll adjust the temp to -20, which I think is what it wanted. Let's double check. Zoopedia. -20 to -16. Great. Now you wanted 720 of water. No deep water requirement. And our habitat has 1,000 of water and then 3,200 of land. So are we still, because we took up some of it with water, are we still over your requirements for land? 3,250, we're 50. Okay, so I've just got to like remove some of the water. Which means just raising up. You raise me up a little bit of the land here. I love the sculpting in this. Once we get into sculpting it more, it's so fun. And then I want to flatten that so you can actually get in. Oh, no, you've done too much. Have it start to... looks almost like an ice shelf, doesn't it? Let's make it slightly less intense. Add a little bit of shape to it. Just nothing too heavy. Just not flat, you know? Just looks like it could be the Arctic tundra. Occasional little bumps, slightly smaller, less intensity. So not just in a flat land, also cover up those coolers. Somewhere for them to roam. And then try the water there. Oh, that looks great. I really hope this works out size-wise. Because I love how that's cutting in there. 3276, 995, perfect. Okay. So, sweetheart, what else do you need? Oh, that's for one adult. If we want two adults, it's 3,900. I only just saw the toggle for how many people you want to put in there. 3,900. I can't have a polar bear on their own in there. They've got to have two. Why would that even be an option? And then, what else does it have in terms of, do we just put any bowls and stuff in here? Are there people trying to come in yet? Because we're not open. Time's passing. It's now night time. Okay, so they actually need even more land, in which case what we'll do is we'll give them some more right here. Have a small little barrier out to there. I guess we started with a pretty big... I mean, polar bears need a lot of space, you know? We started out with a big one. And that's what you get. Bring it along here. And then curve it in here too. An extra home. Bit of running land in there. Well, why is it so dark? Pretty sure we can just change the time. There we go, so we can see what's going on. And now you've got 4,000, and there just needs to be a little bit more water in there at the end, I think. If we bring the terrain in, does it fill in the water on its own? Doesn't. You'd have to take the water out first. actually have some shallow water coming up this side. Oh, well, that's just become quite deep, hasn't it? Oh, what happened to our little ice area? Go up. There you go. That's better. That's now perfect. 1160, 4356. So we just have to duplicate these and bring the temperature down and change it to snow. With these amazing paintbrushes for the terrain. And that should be a good enough enclosure for our beautiful polar bears once we get some stuff in there. 3250, 7, wait, no, that's for one. Sure, it's for both. 3900, 1080. We're there. Good. Well done, everyone. Feel that snow in. Add a little bit of sculpting to it. Bring the intensity down, so we're just giving it some shape rather than it being flat ground. This is going to have rocks in it. We're going to bring whatever we can. I don't think there's much plant life, is there, in the old Arctic tundra? But we've certainly added a bit of shape. And we'll bring some ice in. So in the habitat, we obviously need a bed. And a shelter. There's an Arctic shelter. They could sleep in an Arctic palace. Oh my gosh, it literally has a giant polar bear on top. Look at the size of that. No wonder their habitat needs to be so big when that's what the shelter can look like. That's insane. Ooh, that's cute. A little wooden vibe going on. Where do we want them to sleep? I think we'll give them the privacy over in this corner. So they can come out and guests can see them going to bed at night from there. I think we could build our own actually out of these, right? If we just wanted to cover it in ice, the same way this is, but smaller. Because I love that look, but we can't have it that big. Species. Oh, so if I do it by species, will it tell me which one we need? Polar bear. Ah, so this is in it. This is what a polar bear can sleep in. So I think what you do is you put the extra large bedding down and then you decorate it as you want, right? So we could build that ice wall around it. At least I hope so. So if we put our bedding there, I mean, why is a polar bear sleeping on this? I don't know. I want to see if I place this. What's its bedding in there? Like it's just sleeping on the ground. So do we even need this? Ooh, that looks really nice. What about this? And then we'll cover it with ice stuff. That looks really cool. That looks really, really cool. Yes, we'll customize this. Oh, it's raining. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, listen to that. Isn't that nice? You feeling all comfy? Ah, oh, please stay raining. If I pause it, will it rain forever? No, it stops. Okay, we have to play it. So we're going to edit this into our own style. Ice. There we go. And we'll put Arctic blocks instead of these over them. Thusly. Roll it over, take it down, into the ground, and covering that up as well. Making it match, sliding it into place, duplicating it, and bringing it up. 2 on there, and we just hit X as our little shortcut, much quicker than hitting the advanced button. Click on the object you want, hit X, slide it around as you need. I'm going to bring these down to there. What we want to do is put like a big old slab of ice or something on the top. Ooh, ice block floor that they could sleep on, but can we put it on the roof? Do we have ice block roofing? We've got icicles, columns. We want something for the top though, don't we? Floor, 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 gable, window. Floor, floor, floor. I want to make the roof look like ice. So we can have them have a little entrance here. Maybe if we build up from here, we'll be able to see like this. And then bring this forward so it covers that. And down to the ground. Duplicate and go up. Bring these forward. So it looks like it's all interconnected on the front. As a design. I feel like I quite like the wood slats around the back, honestly. I think if we theme it enough on the front, it'll be alright. I can just remove those. There you go. Oh yeah, beautiful curved walls there. Look at that. Snug. That's beautiful. Now I wonder if we were to put something on the front here, if we could just raise it up. Actually. To be doubly high. Like if I edit this. Ah, they can't edit that. You can only snap it into place. But what about that wall? Surely there's an edit on that. To put it up higher, no? Can only be on ground level. Oh, Got themselves a little entrance and turret there. I want to give that a bit more shape. how we aren't going up on top of this though. Bum bum bum. Making things difficult for myself, aren't I? Should have just plonked a shelter down, but there we go. Always the way. Boom. Duplicate. Oh. So we can work with that, what's in front. We can actually just raise the terrain up. To meet it. Why can't it raise here though? I guess because someone's got to come in from that place. So actually you want to don't remove the whole thing. Want to go into edit mode. Nope, not save. There you go, something like that. Maybe change this one to a wall then. What was it I had saved there? I saw some blueprints. Save as blueprint. What have I got blueprints of? Snow Bear Haven, Himalayan Bear Home, and a red panda house that I built. Thumbnail preview. Wait, no. I want to see my blueprints. That's one that I built 6 years ago. Let's take a look. At what it looks like. Terrain modification failed. Obstructed. We just want to see... Ah, there you go. I remember building this cave. Oh my gosh. I think this was for pandas. That's what I seem to remember having in here. Look at that beautiful cherry tree. Cherry blossom. And I built this little bamboo quiet area with all the enrichment in it. I think I had pandas in here. Himalayan bear home, it says. Maybe it was a different kind of bear actually. Oh, I did good. Look at that with the viewing walls. I remember building this on the stream for hours. And my red panda habitat I remember being really good too. Let's take a look. Look at this. How we used to build. This is me fresh off a tutorial, understanding much more what I'm doing. And you can see how I like to build my own natural shelters rather than use the things. So we can just put bedding down and have it be a shelter. I don't need to do all that wall stuff. And obviously I'm a big fan of the cherry trees. Oh, that's so fun. Maybe we'll just build a bear cave then, because this is looking pretty terrible, not gonna lie. So as much as it's bugging me that the bed is just like bedding, I want it to be that way. So that's what we're gonna do. Bedding. Reminded of my old self and how simple things were, you know? Nothing wrong with that. In which case, where are we going to put this cave? Let's raise it up. The walls of it. So we can't... You're kind of limited going against that back fence, right? So we have to bring everything forward here. That's where they're going to sleep. Like this. So we still want them to be able to get in, the staff. And actually we're going to bring it around this way. It's going to be a sort of diagonal on entrance. So people can kind of come here and be in the viewing platform and See them coming in, going to bed. Thusly. Gosh, a little rusty, guys. Takes a little bit of time of remembering how to use these brushes and get back into it. Bit of a cave shape there. We're going to pull it out on the top and let it come forward. Close up the roof. Just playing around with it. No wrong answers in a game like this. I wonder what if we can like turn up the sound of the terrain, you know? Bring the soundtrack down a little bit so you can really hear that us working on it as we paint. Just get a little bit more of the sort of tiny glade painting. Yeah, so there is sound there. We just need to bring the music down a little bit more. Now that we're getting into it. It's very subtle. They missed a step not having that be really loud, but I mean this was 6 years ago, before the days of this game's ASMR, you know? So in here we're going to then flatten this. Oh, that's sounding a bit better. Yeah. Getting some of that tiny glade crunch. Giving them a bit more space, and then bring in their bedding. Oh, that's pulled the roof off. Okay. Wonderful. In which case, let's go down first. Flatten. Push. Once you've got a base, it's a little bit easier to push it out and play with it like a clay. And open up a space like that. Now hopefully this wasn't, if it takes the roof off, we'll just have to build on top. Just letting us know what's needed, I suppose. What we can do is actually do it with ice rocks, which I can't believe I haven't saved it. I remember spending a very long time building an ice cave one time. And I can't believe that I never saved that. To be honest with you. Wow, look at the size of that. Goodness me. I see. Rotate that. It's kind of an entrance, an ice cave. A nice cave, an ice cave. So even though we shaped that terrain, what you can end up doing is using that almost like you would with like a wire sculpture or something, where you've got your underneath and then you're putting something on top of that. You can then start using your props to kind of go over what you've created. So it looks a little bit more like in-world rather than just plonked in. Using a bunch of ice rocks, and then because we've got a big one on that side, we'll use a bunch of sort of small ice rocks on this side to bring a bit of variety into that shape of it. In terms of an entrance, I like to just get a few things in and then start hitting the X and moving them around a little bit. I also spent, honestly, 4 to 5 hours watching a white tiger once. It's just one of those things, like I always say about getting out into the world and practicing noticing. If you just jet your way through, you know, a zoo, you don't really get everything that you can out of it. But if you find something you like and you've got the time, it's really good to just actually plot somewhere, sit with it, experience it, see what it does when everyone starts to move away and you've got a quiet thing. You know, a lot of people, you'll see them come and go. They spend about like 2 minutes at the animal exhibit and go, look, there's a monkey, and then they just like move on. I just like to sit for like at least 30 minutes at a time. Have experiences as best as I can with them. I've been face to face with a gorilla. Watched a white tiger playing and coming up to the glass, jumping up at me. Watched him swim, playing with a big old stick in his pool. You start to get all of these things that other people wouldn't get. If you can, if you have the time. Very, very much worth doing. Okay, so we've got ice on the front. And it's starting to take shape. I'm not going to take exactly as long as I would with it. If I was just playing this for myself, I would probably spend about 3 hours just doing this, as we do want to move on and start getting stuff in. But hopefully it's presentable as we clad it up. Rotate that. There we go. I think this will do for now. It's just a little beginning, and you can see kind of how we would continue to work on that. I think what I would do is I would bring these rocks around the back to blend that in a bit more. And using different shapes. And use some trees and stuff around there as well. But let's go with that for now, because we're still getting back into it, shaking the rust off, getting going, working it out. So what else have we got? Habitat. We want to get food and water for them. So we've got polar bear in here, so we know exactly what's needed. And we'll let them have a water pipe out here, so they're coming out. Let's have it in a quiet spot so they're not harassed by people when they come out for their morning drink. And we'll put one over by the water as well to kind of simulate that it's there for them. What would they like, do you think? I think the pipe's the best, right? Underwater fish feeder. You can have fish. I remember that. Underwater fish feeder. Like it's feeding fish, or it's feeding fish to the creatures? If I put this here, is it gonna spawn fish that they can eat? I'm confused. I love how there's just like, there's no text on it. It's just, there's an underwater fish feeder. It's like, well, what does it do? Where do I put it? Put one at the bottom and see what happens there. Okay. So you've got your water and a feeder here. Rotate that so it's not everything's symmetrical, and I guess we'll keep an eye out for fish and see what pops up. Right, what else? Well, I've given you a fish feeder, but I guess also we'll do a large food tray. And this we will stick at the front here for people to start having a look. Get a closer look at you. Let them love on you. We'll change our audio a bit whilst we're not using the terrain. Less clank, a little more ambience. Okie dokie, so if I say, right, you, got a polar bear, 9 years old. This one was kept as a pet, a poot. So they've got their different genetics and breeding as well that you can pick them from. I'm going to pick one with the most longevity because we just don't want to be sad, to be honest. Seized by customs, polar bear, Talaria Kutuk. Okay. 1538. I'm assuming because we're in sandbox I can just buy whatever I want. Oh wait, your fertility is pretty good, but you're small. But that's okay. Animal is being adopted for cash, cannot be released to the wild from a private zoo. 17% size, but really fertile. The others aren't as fertile, and it changes over in 6 minutes or 2 minutes. You get some new ones. I mean, we don't care too much. So we've adopted you. Waiting in trade center. Send to zoo here. So that was a fertile male. And we want to get a female mate for you. Poor longevity. Maybe give it the 2 minutes and see if a different one pops up for you. So it said we need a vet. So we're going to bring a vet in now off of our staff center area. Facilities, staff, vet. New World Veterinary Surgery. Hide it behind these trees over here. And then I think we actually want to hire some staff too, right? How do we do that? Staff room. Keeper hut. How do we hire staff? I can't remember. Ah, there we go. Hire staff. Hire a caretaker. Let's get you in. Let's get some movement around here. Hire a keeper. Hire a mechanic. Not needed, but you know. Don't need vendors yet. Hire a vet. Welcome to the club. And an educator to take people around. You need a quarantine. Okay. Let's get one of those in. And that's all of the facilities that we need. Quarantine. Oh. The polar bear's here. That was it getting dropped in. We can see it. Let me put the quarantine down. Okay. Let's have you here. And we'll just move this tree. And duplicate it as well because we're going to kind of cover that staff area. And here we go. We've got our first animal in. The polar bear. Oh my god, it looks so good. That's awesome. And people are coming in. Look, they're here for you. Kimik. Almost 10 years old. Let's get you a friend. Got 2 ladies. Still the same ones. Well, let's just pick Kalik. And bring her in. And see how you get on. This is your land. So what more do we have in terms of the nature for this area? Look at everything and do it by Arctic. There's nothing. Oh, because I have it written for ice. Okay. There's an Arctic... Whoa, okay. It's an Arctic sculpture. That's about it. Like, is there no... There's nothing, I guess. You don't have trees or nothing out there. Interesting life, huh? Would anything else fit? Maybe by continent. Biome? Oh, you're going in the water. Close this, get rid of it. He's going for a swim. Look at you having a swim. You're a clever boy. Oh. Look, we can even look at him paddling underwater. That's so cool. Feet are not deep enough. Oh, so we need to put this down here to have it make fish come out. Accessible. Polar bear enrichment. Inaccessible. Why did it change? It says accessible. What about the other one that we put in? Inaccessible. Put that over here. I want to see fish come out. I guess the keeper's got to fill it up somehow. Get your scuba gear on, mate. There's our polar bear. Hey, there's someone here who wants to meet you, I think. Are you feeling a bit shy? It's okay. He's a cute boy. You'd rip me to shreds, wouldn't you? But you're so cute. Beautiful. Enjoying your big, big pool there. I think our new friend's having a little lay down. There she is. Hi. How are you, darling? Aww. You're beautiful. I think you're feeling a bit shy of all these people staring at you. So what do we have for enrichment for you? Enrichment items for a polar bear. Aha. Okay. Let's get you stuff to play with. Bouncy tire over here, a large ball apparently. World Cup's almost here. And definitely a big old rubbing pillow for you to scratch your back on. Always good. And an enriching feeder. I suppose in a way I've picked a not great first animal because there isn't too much to do with habitat. Because there's no trees and stuff, it's just all bloody ice, isn't it? But it's nice. It was good for us to experience and get the rust off of building the habitat. For sure. Ah, playing with the ball. Look at you go. Alessandro del Polar Bear. Oh, lovely. In the immortal worlds of Jeff Goldblum, it's a big pile of poop. Alright, so we've got the start of our zoo. I think that was a good habitat for us to knock the rust off on with, understanding how big things are going to be, and to get us to have a good base to start building out from. Things will start to snowball from here. No pun intended. So, we're going to start to get in some areas for people to be enjoying. Look, the guests are cold. They're rubbing themselves and walking along. They're here in sunny Asia. And then freezing by the polar bear area, I guess you could put in some heaters for them to keep them warm on the path, I would imagine. Heaters and coolers, like there's heaters here. They're freezing here, so if I put heaters... Let's just try putting one there. And turning the temp up and seeing what it does. So we need to get some welcoming facilities in, guest facilities. And I'm liking that New World vibe. We're going to stick with that theme. Let's go New World. So we've got the entrance, we need toilets, and of course we need shops too, don't we? See, now I remember here how the way that they do shops is if we actually turn that off and we say we want a drink stall. Oh, they have vending machines, that's cool. But actually, if you don't use the Planet Zoo one, it's a innard that slips into the theme that you're using. So see here, you've got the standard gulpy store. But if we do theme New World and you put a small shop shell here, actually what happens when you do that same drink store, a cosmic cow milkshake, is it slips inside there, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Or is it, do you put this first and then put the shell on it? What do you think? Like this. So it's themed. The polar bear's about to mate. Sorry, I'm very excited gasp for what's about to happen. But we're gonna have babies. They're running together. Oh, that's not how it's done. They dive into the water together. Do a little underwater love, I guess. Do you remember how excited you would get at your Sims woohooing, or was it just me? Oh, and then they go underwater and swim around together. This is so cute. The babies in this game are the cutest. I can't wait. Really, we should just be making habitats for breeding and to get all of the cute babies that we can. The fish feeder is working. Look at the fish. We've got fish coming out of the enricher for them. That's so cool. Amazing. I want to move on to other habitats, but I'd like to come back to this one at some point, and what would be really cool would actually to do an underground viewing, so people can see them underwater in an aquarium style cave with glass walls. We could do that. For now, we're going to come back here. We're going to start building our paths out, building an area. So let's actually, here's an idea. We're going to start to close this off with some trees, rotating them as we go. To give the staff a bit of privacy. And then we're going to work this into a bit of a welcome center for the people here. Like this. And give ourselves a bit of space. Move these trees to bring in a few shops and facilities, toilets and that kind of thing. We'll go with a standard Actually, maybe just go with a large if we're going to take up that much space with it. Over here. Off of that side. Is that going to let people in, or is it being weird? Feels like it's being a bit strange. Not quite coming off of it. Bring it to the end there on the corner. Toilets at the end. And we need an info. An info shack. People to get their information when they're first coming in. We'll pop that there and then also put the New World shell on it. Just copy it like that. That looks like a pretty good first little entrance. And around the back here, we'll start to have some food. Hot dogs, always a winner. Oh. The bears are being noisy. Where are you? One's having a sleep. Where's benches? I want to put some benches down first, style it out. Along here. So at the end it's all a little sitting and eating area. For people to sit and eat together. And a bin at the end. And then off of here we have the shops. We'll go with hot dogs. On the corner. Actually, hot dogs here. And fries. Just not enough space. Okay, in which case... How do I move you? Delete you, sorry. Let's get the fries all the way over and then can we squeeze the hot dogs in? Hot dog. There we go, perfect. Hot dog squad. Let's put another shell on both of these. Like so. So it all matches up and fits together. And then look, we've got people sitting and enjoying, eating together, hanging out. What else do they need? Finance. What's finance? Oh, an ATM and a donation box. Well, let's have a donation box here on the way to the toilet since everyone's going to have to go past that at some point. And on your way in, thank you very much. What's that? Got no money? There's a little ATM on the corner. Perfect. Bum 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 bum. Merchandise. What do they have? Balloons. Just a memento. I think we need something. Oh, hat's fantastic. That's great, because then they buy a hat and they actually wear it in the park. So people walk around with hats on. Same if you do balloons, but balloons are bad for the environment, so we're not going to do balloons. Okay, let's copy that shell. There we go. We'll let people buy silly hats though. Look, they're animal hats. She's got like a giraffe hat. Let's see what the next person gets. A couple of giraffes. A rhino. Oh, I think there might be a cheetah and a big pelican with a massive beak coming out of the front. That's amazing, or whatever that bird is. Okay, so there we go. We've got a little sort of area here, and we're going to cover the toilets up with some trees so that people have more of an enclosed vibe around here. And that brings it kind of together, because what we're going to do is bring people up this way. Oh my gosh, there's litter everywhere. We need bins. How dare they? How absolutely dare you? Right outside my beloved polar bears. Oh yeah, isn't there a way to put information boards up? Security sign saying do not feed. I think that's going to be needed with you absolute peasants in here, isn't it? Put that facing you right there. Don't you dare throw anything in. Oh, she's rolling around. Bum bum bum. How about another donation box? There's that. Facilities. Where is it? Guest facilities. Ah, finance, donation. Give us your money. So, switch to pathways. Align to grid as we start bringing this out from here. Square edges, please. And actually what we're going to do is, can we do it from about there? Deselect from aligning to grid. And we're going to come off of here and go over the polar bears to the other side. So you can get a look at them around that way as well. A little bit of a bridge. Hopefully people don't stick their hands down and get eaten, but if they do, we put a sign. It's not really our fault. Oh. Just curve. That becomes a beautiful curve coming around this curved fence. That is absolutely perfection. And they can come around there and get a better view. That hugs it so perfectly, snug right up against it. We can change the angle on it to not snap, and we can just curve it perfectly right up to the edge. And then we'll end it there because we don't want them going all the way around the back. And let's do a few more bins. I guess the downside of people then starting to have food and stuff as they come along here. Bum ba bum ba ba. Okay, look at that. And then people can enjoy it from up here. Let's see what people are making of the habitat. They're saying the view from the polar bear here is of the polar bear is fine. Where's the polar bear? You can get a good view of the polar bear here. Okay, so a bit of a mixed view on things, but pretty good. And then I think what you want to do is actually bring people up this way. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with what's in my brain. Oh, it's literally snowing. No wonder you guys are cold. Align to grid. Can we align here? And align off of this. want to try and do another one right here. Get some different animals in. Our snow, I mean the polar bears must be loving this. It's snowing. For real. They're bounding around. One's just having a sleep. They must feel right at home right now. I love what we did here. Visiting players. These are just random players. Their characters can visit. So these are like actual avatars that people have made. Like I've got one that visits people who play as well. Usually it's people on your friends list. Polar bear is about to have offspring. Kalik. We're about to see a cub. Let's see. Whilst it's snowing, this feels so magical. That the snow came to Asia for our polar bears, right when she's going to have birth, give birth. The baby's going to experience what it's like. And there it is. We have a cub. Baby Kissimmee. Just born. How cute is that? The music. What is it? It's a girl, sweet baby girl. Look at you. You're here. Go say hi to your dad. Follow mama. You're so beautiful. Oh, you are loved, baby girl. There's your papa. Oh, it's so cute. Little juvenile cub hanging out. Super cute. It's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It is a polar bear, I guess. And then the sound of humans just ruins it, doesn't it? That beautiful music, that magical moment, and then you just hear the hubbub of people roaming around, going, "Oi, there's a bear, can I have a look?" Right, so the snow is going, the snow ends. After the baby is born, you can't tell me that's not kismet for little Kissimmee. So let's see what animal we want to bring in next. Maybe let's do something small, a smaller habitat that we can decorate nicely real quick. I might even import my little red panda habitat, honestly. Let me see. Blueprints. My little red panda house, how big was this? It actually fits perfectly into the space that I've created here. Can we put it against the path a bit more? Oh, terrain modification failed. Why are you not? How do you need to moderate the terrain? You need that much space? I don't know why I can't put this in. I have to put it all the way over there because it's slightly raised. It's got a big area around it. I guess when I was saving the blueprint, I didn't really understand. Oh, wait, hang on. No, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Okay. Just kind of needs space, I guess. Oh, okay, that's as close as we can get. So I built this 6 years ago now. So let's see if we can bring the path up to where it needs to be to get in there. Make it a bit longer. I want it to fill that gap. It's a little viewing area right here. Why is the length actually not changing the length of the path? Get rid of that. Align to grid. Nope. Align to grid. You. There you go. Bum 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 bum. And then can we please, if I select that path, why can't you just be a little itty bitty path coming off of there? I want it to be that long, but I want it to be wider. Width seems to be doing the length as well. It's looking a little bit bulbous in there, honestly. Alright, there we go. Had a bit of a play with it. And I think it's just how the terrain is there. But we're just not going to worry about it. It's bringing a bit of depth to it. And let's go ahead and bring in some red pandas. Is who this was built for. Genji. With 0 fertility. Like most Genji Overwatch players. Let's bring in a couple of these. Send to zoo. They're so cute. I love red pandas. I love them so much. Let's put 2 in to begin with, and then see how happy they are. Diseased animal discovered. Vet requested. Kimmick. Papa needs a bit of quarantine. Gets boxed up. Rush to the vet. There's the baby. I love how the keeper is just in here, just chilling with Polar Bear. Ah, the red pandas are being delivered. Check it out. Here they come. They deliver them in a box. And there they are. Here's a little guy. Look at him. A little snacky boy. And a little snacky friend. 2 of them in here, chilling. They are so cute. I will never scroll past a red panda video. Honorary bears, by the way. We claim them like we claim raccoons. For sure. And koalas, you know, koala bear. We'll take them all the cute animals. Look at you, cutie. And here's your habitat that I built for you all these years ago. Still good, still working today. You got some wind chimes here. You got a beautiful cave to sleep in. You got a little area for you to climb up trees and hang out. Play. I think this is a foraging box for you to find food in for enrichment. You are so beautiful and lucky and loved. And then we've got this cool little viewing area where people can come and get a look through the glass that they can't see through, at least not entirely. And notice how it's not all this way. Some of it's brick. So people have to kind of view it from here. And I was thinking of doing that with some of the polar bear stuff, actually. And what I love about it is it's as easy as this. If you want to do it, you click on it, edit barrier, and you can just change on the fly to whichever you want. I think we would do perhaps red brick. Although concrete might look a bit better. Just so they feel like they're not fully exposed along the back there. Really, I would fill this in, I think, with rocks. You'd kind of cover that up. But I love how easy that is. Any guests think tickets are too cheap? Well, let's put the price up just so there's less guests running around anyway. How do we do that? Zoo hours, opening hours. The most appealing habitat is the polar bear. Where's ticket price? Guests. Oh wait, don't you click on the thing at the ticket entrance here? Oh, that's a path. Tickets, ticket cost. Alright. It's $10 for an adult, $5 for a child. How about that? So we've got our red pandas in. I think it would be really cool to find something that goes into this area, actually. As people come along this way. Perhaps another small animal. Let's take a look at what we have. Something that doesn't require a ton of space. Leopards are going to want to run. Elephants are big. Could do tortoises. Hyenas, I wonder how much space they need. Tiger's going to need a lot of space. Oh, lemurs. That would be really fun. I love lemurs. Let's take a look. Lemurs need 200 meters. And climbing requirement 20 meters high. 210 meters. How big is this one? 900. Wow, the red pandas have a lot, so really the lemurs could get into here, I think, if we do a habitat for them. Lemur. Do they have ring-tailed? They do. I can't believe they have they don't even just do lemurs, they have 3 kinds of lemurs. They have the red ruffed as well. There was this zoo I used to go to when I go to Spain where you could go in with the lemurs, and I had one sit on my lap. A ring-tailed one. You're not meant to, but I sat down in there. You sort of do a tour through, and I'd been through like 6 times in the day, so I didn't really need to hear the tour anymore. And so I just like sat for a minute on these rocks, this pathway that you go, and a lemur came and climbed and sat in my lap. Like I was a throne. Sometimes they hop over people or jump onto a shoulder or something, and they tell you, like, don't touch or interact, but if it sits on you, what can I do? You know? One of the greatest experiences of my life, to be honest with you. Because I love a lemur. Okay, habitat, climb proof. So it's going to be climb proof, and it just says grade 1. And then it says all water's got to be 3 meters wide. So you could actually do it as a cageless island, which is what the thing that I went through. It was an island thing. It wasn't. There was no bars. It wasn't like actually a climb-proof fence. So you do a 3 meter wide water, 1 meter deep, and you can actually do it without it being an enclosed habitat. That could be really cool. That could be worth replicating. How would I do that? To dig a moat? Because if you say you want to push the land in, how do you measure that? Like if I push this down full intensity, how do I know how wide that is in terms of a habitat? It's a little confusing. that might be a bit advanced for me. There might be something I need to like look at a tutorial of, which might not suit right now. So I think we'll do a more traditional habitat that we're more comfortable with. But that would be something I would love to look into. And even I could like do a project as rebuilding this Spanish zoo that I love, that I used to go to all the time. Whenever I would go to the same place, I would go like 2 or 3 times. Okay, so if we put it on here and we filter it by species for lemur. Does it go by lemur or ring-tailed? Ring-tailed lemur. Okay. Bum bum bum. Not climbable. Let's go with people viewing from here. Bring that length down. There's also the zoo where I almost got into a fight because there's also was a walk-through area with flying foxes in, amongst other things. With the flying foxes in there, I really liked, so I would spend some time watching them. And you don't really see them; they're up in the rafters, you know. They're hanging off of the roof there. But every so often, they would be down, hanging off of a lower tree or something, and you'd get to really see them close up, like it was a privilege, right? And there was a couple of the dudes there, and the guy was like throwing bits at it, just trying to get it to open its wings, I suppose. It's like just 2 dudes. He's not with his kids. He's not trying to get it to do it for the kids or anything. Not that that would be an excuse. But he's like picking bits of the tree or something off and chucking them at this like hanging, sleeping, flying fox. And I'm standing there looking at it, and these are like Spanish guys. And I was like 17 years old, and I was standing there like, oh, this is, you know, I feel my blood pressure going up. I'm getting annoyed at this. Do I say something? The language barrier is there. I'm trying to think of like how I would say, like, can you stop that? Like, that's rude, you know, you're disturbing the animal. It was just like the 4th or 5th time his hand went up to throw it again. And because it had been building and building for so long, and I was thinking, how do I approach this? What do I say? And it just got to the point where instead of saying something, my hand just went, and I just reached out and grabbed his hand mid-throw, and I was like, stop. And he was like, what? And like his friend came over and was like, what's going on? What's the problem? All this. I was like, stop it, leave it alone. Just in the moment I thought, am I about to get beaten up by 2 Spanish guys, literally 18, 17 years old, in Spain on my own. Well, with someone, but not with family. And, yeah. But I like that moment, you know. I think it's... I'm glad that I stood up for my little flying fox friend. And, told them to pack it in. But it was just one of those things where my intention was to say something, but it got to the point where it built up, and then... I don't know, it was just instinct. My hand went out and grabbed him by the wrist. It's like, I'm so lucky I didn't get my butt kicked, honestly. But I guess, always been tall, so there's that advantage. They were shorter than me, so I think they just thought, just leave it kind of thing. I don't even remember, like, what was said. It was the language barrier was there, where they was, like... me saying the English words, they weren't speaking English. It was like, his friend was like, I think the most he said was like, what's the problem? And I think I probably just said like, he's throwing stuff, like, stop, chill. That was it. But it's one of those things that really always gets me. It drives me a little bit crazy, people messing with animals. Okay, so we have got a beautiful start of an enclosure here. We don't want it to be all glass. Let's have a little bit of brick here on this corner. And maybe what we'll do is bring people's pathway up into it so they feel a bit like they're walking into it. Right here. And we'll do another little space where people can then come in and enjoy the lemurs. It's kind of like, it's something that comes to my mind a lot when I go and see the ducks and hang out with the ducks a lot, because sometimes people do mess with the wildlife, you know, like that's quite common these days, unfortunately. Drives me crazy, and I kind of, in some ways I'm thankful it's not there when it's happened, because I will lose it, and like things will happen. So like the more I go down there and the more I hang out, I always think, please just like, don't be silly. Hopefully nobody starts to be silly with the animals. So I'm not gonna sit here and let stuff happen. I would rather it didn't, you know? Some people's disrespect for wildlife is really crazy. Let's switch that to brick, and then I think we have a beautiful little enclosure here, so we just need a gate which we can put around this side. And that's Morphy Lore. That's Morph's zoo stories. I think that's most of them that I've got. A lot of them happen to that zoo. Those are my most interesting ones that I've shared before. Certainly almost getting into a fight over the flying fox is probably my biggest and best, I reckon. Alright, so there we've got a gate. Bum bum bum. And this habitat is 728, which I'm pretty sure is plenty of space for me old lemurs there. So, into the habitat. Let's start getting what's needed for the ring-tailed lemur. We've got climbable branches, we've got a little natural bridge, we can like build stuff, a cardboard box for them to play with, a little forage box for them to look for food. Let's get a nice little shelter in over here. For sleeping, and put some bedding down here with the leaves for them to sleep in as well, rather than just what it comes with. As it's snowing, can we change the weather? Oh my gosh, I can change the weather, I can make it rain? How have I only just realized this? Let's make it storm for you for the sound. We'll put some stuff in for the lemurs. Let's make sure we've got food and water. We'll give them bowls. And it looks like they need this to be a raised platform. Is that what that means? Arboreal feeding platform? Do we put this off of something? Like if we put this natural branch here, do we then put the feeding platform off of that? We do. That's so cool. Can we move it? Make it feel like it's like being held up or something. Like this. And turn these around. I love that it's raining and we can keep it raining for the ambience. That's so special. If you have any good zoo stories or experiences, or times you saved an animal, drop them in a comment. Oh, also I've told this before, I think, on this series, but my dad saved a swan. That's like a really early memory for me, is that we were out shopping. And he had just bought new trainers, sneakers if you're American. And we went to this pond, which we never really go to, but it was just on the way back from the shops. A local one, but just a different one to what we normally would go. And there was like a little small group of people. It was like a few, like two older women, like middle-aged. I mean, old when you're a child, right? And then a couple of other people there pointing us, alerting us that something was going on, and a swan was kind of caught up in like the wire of the island, sort of like, if you picture the kind of the barricade, you know, like the habitat barricade here that they had on the island for the ducks, and a bit of the wire had come off and it was caught up in it, and people were sort of concerned, and we were just arrived at the pond talking about calling someone to come out and all of this. And I can remember my dad going, well, it's not going to be in time, is it? And well, he just like gave me his things, not his phone, because it would have been before phones, I guess his wallet and stuff, and said hold on to that, and just waded out into the pond to save this swan and get it loose from the wire. And it makes me want to cry now just saying it, especially because I've developed such a love for swans, and I wonder if that's part of it, where that's such a core memory for me, that he did that and ruined his new trainers. And they were like, well, take your shoes off. And he's like, I'm not going to walk in this pond that people throw stuff into and get my feet cut up. And walked out in his new shoes and saved a swan. And I was so proud at that time. It was a wonderful thing. Just as a kid, you're just like, wow, I saved the animal. Let's create this little bridge here. This is so cute. A little rainbow sort of painted bridge. And then give them what they need to climb up to get their dinner. Climbable logs. I'm guessing this will let them get up there. I guess we'll find out whether this works or not. So what else have we got for the habitat for a lemur? For the ring-tailed lemur. It might need a heater. It might be a bit cold. There's a climbing frame. Oh my gosh, it's so big. It's huge. I think they would escape on that. There we go. There's a better sized one. That fits quite nice and snug into our area here. I wonder if they'll escape. You'd think they could just jump right off of this. Yeah, so they've got food, they've got water, they've got beds. They may need heaters. We'll see what the weather does with it raining. Let's give them a musical keyboard, why not? Musical lemurs. We'll put it right here so they can put a concert on for everyone. And I'm thinking about trees. Can we put trees in here? Like, I'd like to decorate this. But maybe let's get them in first. Ring-tailed lemur. Population in wild 2,000. Isn't that crazy? Even something like the lemur, there's only 2,000 in the wild? Oh, that's crazy. What about polar bears? Population in wild 20,000 to 25,000. Why is there only 2,000 lemurs? Are they rare? Red panda's 10,000 in the wild. But red ruffed lemur, there's 52,000. So what's the deal with the ring-tailed lemur? It's endangered, it says here. They're endangered? Due to deforestation, mining, and the creation of farmland destroying their habitat. Hunted for meat, captured for the illegal pet trade. Madagascar has harsh weather. Oh yeah, because they're only in Madagascar, right? I used to have a brochure, like a holiday travel brochure of Madagascar when I was growing up. When I was a kid. And it was like my dream to go to Madagascar and see the lemurs and stuff. But then I saw them in this zoo and I thought, that's probably better than being in Madagascar because of the spiders and stuff, you know? Once they told me you need like injections and stuff together, I was like, oh, okay, maybe not. There goes that dream. So the natural biome is tropical, so we want to put some tropical stuff in there. Fun fact, the ring-tailed lemur's Latin name is Lemur cata for its cat-like looks. Oh, maybe that's why I love them so much. I never really thought about how they're quite cat-like before. I do love cats. So let's bring in 2 lemurs. Let's get some fertile ones because it would be great to have some babies. There you go. I reckon you could get a couple more in there. Let's see. Very fertile. Perfect. We'll see when you show up. So nature, I think we can go by filter for biome tropical. And that would be stuff that you like. Bengal bamboo. That looks fun. I don't think that would be native to you though. It would be Africa. Oh, the baobab. That's what you need. Oh my goodness. That's what you need, is a big baobab tree. Absolutely. Let's move your bed so you can have a baobab. Perfect. There you go. Hello, baby, you're here. You guys saying hello to each other? Your habitat has moderate environmental welfare issues. What do you need? Plants and coverage. Yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to get you a big baobab, okay? Because that's what they would have. Oh, it looks so beautiful. Such a beautiful tree. I think, I'm trying to remember from this tour, this is where the information would have been stuck in my brain, hearing it every time I went through the lemur walk. The baobab tree, I think, actually means like upside down tree. It's like up, because it's almost looks like its roots are on the top. And it's this big base. Because the tour started with you going through a baobab, so. Alright, we got to get you some coverage. So you don't look like you're just in a sparse old area here. Oh, I wish, is there a filter for that animal? To just know. Tropical Africa. Okay. So we've got some ferns and stuff that look like they might fit. I wonder if we have to change the floor, actually. There we go. Some Jurassic Park-like foliage for people to look through. Oh, excuse you. Let's go here. And down. They're so going to escape, aren't they? Gonna climb up those trees and be off skis, mate. Visiting player, Dino Egg. Welcome to the zoo, Dino Egg. Some mangrove trees. Udlea. Udlea flowering. Oh wow, I'm actually getting these in my garden. These buddleias. They're so beautiful. Great for butterflies. Oh, a coconut palm. That looks lovely. Let's leave the baobab there uniquely. And have some palms here for you to see. And let's have a look and see if that's helped you at all. I think you're hiding from the rain at the moment, aren't you, my little darling? Ah, there we go. 80% habitat. You're a bit happier now. There is an insufficient shelter space for all animals. And the terrain is inappropriate. You like it to be long grass with a bit of soil. So we have to paint. Long grass. Diseased animal? Who? My lemur already? Just got here. Alright, there we go. Long grass. Painted. Oh no, you don't. It's too much long grass. You want it to be rock. Oh, my bad, babe. Let's make this paintbrush smaller. I love this, how you can watch the amounts tick whilst you paint in their habitat to make it the right thing. It's so satisfying. And soil, you want it to be rock and soil. There we go, making you happier now. Too much long grass for you, darling. And you want a bit of short grass by the looks of things, so let's get it all soiled up. Get that long grass, get rid of it. There you go. And we'll get you a bit of short grass around the front here. Make it feel like you've got different biomes to explore. And across the back there. Painting away. And around the tree, of course. Around the base of it. A little bit too much there. Let's go soil around the tree. Okay, that's your habitat fixed and your terrain fixed as well. But I think that terrain is just fixed. Your shelter is fixed because now there's only one of you in here. So it might be we have to put another shelter in. For the lemur. Shelter. So big. Coop. Would you like a coop? Maybe another little home here. This is like a little lemur village. Beautiful. There we go. He's a good boy. He's gonna have a little lay down in his bed. Look at him. Bless. You have a little sleep, darling. Just like everyone else, you curl up. Look at your beautiful tail. So gorgeous. You're an outsider who is integrating is the current behavior happening. Hopefully our animals are okay. Has the polar bear been returned? Kimmick, the male polar bear, is back in his habitat and all is well. Let's make sure we've got enough staff. Let's hire a couple more keepers so that they're always well taken care of. And vets. Let's get some educators walking around, guiding people and animals. And caretakers clean up. Yeah. So there we go. Here's the start of our zoo. I mean, already it's coming along from us starting with a blank canvas. We've got my beautiful 6-year-old red panda. And that's slinking nicely, I think, into our ring-tailed lemur enclosure with the big baobab tree. There's a lot still to be done. See, my thought with putting this path here is what I was actually going to do. So I was going to start bringing... What I think I want to do here is... the Arctic... this... here. Overlooking the bridge, I think will look cool. And then in this gap that I've left intentionally, I wonder if I can make it sunshine with the rain. It's a little gloomy, but the sound is so nice. I'm worried about the animals being a bit wet. Let's make it light for a minute. Poor lemur is just hiding inside the whole time. I want him to enjoy himself. I think he's scared of the rain. Is for us to put some decorations along here for people to be walking past and enjoying, or just nature, you know? I think these African palms look absolutely beautiful. Oh my god, is that a lemur playing the instrument? The lemur is playing a giant keyboard. I love it. He's such a clever boy. That's amazing. Okay, let's get some nice pathways along here. I wonder, actually, if I could put like a path going up here that we decorate that people can hang out on and eat on as like a walkthrough. Log path. Change the width on it. Is this something we can do on the grid? Let's turn that music back up a little bit. It's beautiful. No, because I guess you could just fill the space in if you wanted to. Then people would just walk over it. I actually want it to be in the middle there. A little bit less wide. That's perfect. So we'll have a log path coming up this way. Directly in the center of that. And then I wonder if you could connect that here. Path. Aligned to grid. I want it to connect there and there. Nope, change that back. There you go. Ah, why has it gone all that? Changes the colour completely. That's not what we want. Hang on. Okay. Maybe like that. The pathing tool can be a real pain sometimes. I want you to connect to here. Can you do that? Seems like you're incapable. And on this side, matching. There you go. There you go. We're getting there. We've got it. We've got it. Place that one. Beautiful. Perfection. So I want to bring these along here. Oh, it's creating some beautiful shadows over here. Habitat cleanliness is a disease risk? What do I pay you guys for? Which one needs cleaning? The water in the habitat needs cleaning. We're gonna get baby red pandas. Cool keeper. And mechanic. Who needs to clean the water? Where is it? Is it the water bowl? Or the actual water itself? Yeah, it looks green. Cleanliness, 17%. How do we clean the water? Water treatment. We need a water treatment? Oh look, you can change the preset of the water. You can fill it with cosmic cow. Oh my god, you can have pink water for your polar bears. That's incredible. Unethical, but incredible. Toxic, midnight. Wow, never noticed this before. It's really cool. So wait, we need a water processing as utilities. Water treatment. So if I just do this, does it just clean it? I think it does. Yeah, it's going up. I'm sorry, my babies. I didn't realize you needed a water treatment plant. Take care of that for you. So now we've got this beautiful walkway here. Let's get benches under each side and decorate it up. Let's go with... what vibe? Like these, I think. I wonder if people will actually sit on this if it's off of the path. Let's test. Because that's where I would like it to be rather than on the path. Let's see if anyone sits down. They're going over to it. Nope. To see if people use the benches before we do anything. Water treatment inaccessible, so we've got to put the pathway to it. Okay. No problem. No one comes around this way anyway. We want our baby to enjoy the water. Wow, he loves that keyboard. Yes, people can use the benches when they're off of the path. That's brilliant. So let's get a few more things along here. Let's have bins at each entrance. So people can come and eat their food here and clean up after themselves. The ring-tailed lemur is about to mate. Oh, let's take a look. I think it's already over. I think that was quick because they're climbing around using our feeding forager that has a whole bunch of fruit and stuff in. They can be pretty loud. In the summer, I would go to this place. They would do zoo open nights, so you could be in there till like midnight, I think it was. And they would switch the animals. There was nocturnal animals that they put in there, usually when people aren't in there. Which was really interesting to see, but going on the lemur tour when it's really dark, and they would start like barking in the trees and stuff, or it was kind of a little bit crazy, honestly. An experience. I almost want to like put, but I don't want to, but like vending machines along here so people can get a snack. There's not space enough. But maybe if I put some food shops at the end, they could then have a little picnic area. You know? Like I'm thinking... there's a lot of people getting stuff here and not using these. What if we put one of those there? And also put the trees here. And then I almost want to like enclose this with some bushes. Some daisies, African daisies, that are beautiful. And we want like a really big plant. We want it to get higher and higher as it moves around the back. A little enclosed feeling. Aloe vera. It's got to be something tall, some sort of shrubbage. Collage. Something even taller than that. Maybe the bodasias. Those look like them, but they're not them. Oh, apple trees might work real nice. Perfect. Little enclosed area. So we've got the start of our zoo here. And I think we'll get a couple more habitats in. Signs and all of that stuff as you continue to work through it. Decorating is really where this game shines, honestly. Creating little areas, decorating habitats, going through it all. There's a lot of items to look at and to pick from, and finding what you like and making it work. I think it looks like a good opportunity for a path coming up from here, actually. Don't know why I'm unable to select grids anymore. Does it need to be a bit wider? There's a natural curving path there, that's pretty good. And then we can start to break off that way. And also coming up here, around the back of the lemurs. So where should we put our next habitat? Maybe do something really, really big on that side where we've got a lot of space. The red panda is about to have offspring. Let's check it out. You are so cute. Good luck with your baby. Let's see. Let's meet the little person. Go find yourself a quiet spot, curl up comfy, and pop them out. There's the baby. And it's as big as you. Why isn't it a tiny little baby? It's a little bit smaller. And you're so... I guess all of you are babies. Oh, actually, no, you are small. You kind of came out big and then shrunk down. You are Diddy. Ah. Welcome to the world. Gia, the red panda girl. 0.0 years old. Adorable. I'm thinking we could come over here and do like tigers or wolves or something. Something that needs a lot of space. Over yonder. By the polar bears. Could be really cute. Environment. Why is the baobab tree? Plant isn't from the same environment as the animal. Unsuitable. I swear lemurs go in baobab trees. Animal is stressed. Social group is balanced. But again, just stressed. You need more hiding spots. Perhaps it's a bit too open. Me on a walk. Let's find somewhere else for you to hide then. So it would be the continent of Asia, and then we're going to make our next bio, and I already know what animal we're going to do. I want to give you more places to hide. Let's give you some big bushes. Hopefully these hide you a little bit. They mix into there. Looks beautiful. Maybe another one of these. These look great. Broken cherry. Just to give you a bit more of a shield away from it all. So, we're going to come up around here, I think. Let's do it. Let's actually do it in this area. Because it seems to be coming along quite nicely over here. I'll bring people up and around. And we're going to do an orangutan habitat. So we're making for my favourite animals today. And I absolutely love orangutan. And I think it would be really cool to see a baby. So they need critically endangered. It says population in wild 100,000. That can't be right if they're critically endangered, can it? How many orangutans are in the wild? It's estimated there are 100,000 from all three species, and they're critically endangered, suffering massive population decline. So there's 100,000 of the Bornean orangutan. Borneo, isn't it? But there's less than 13,000 of Sumatran, and only 800 less than that of Tapanuli. Wow, the Bornean orangutan population has decreased more than 50% over the past 60 years because of deforesting. There was double them. That's crazy, isn't it? So what do you need? Borneo, Malaysia, Indonesia, 780 distance. I mean, that just shows how absolutely massive that polar bear enclosure is, doesn't it? And the climbing requirement is 120 height with a grade 3 climb-proof fence. Let me know if you're enjoying this in a comment, if you'd like me to come back and do another zoo. I think what I would do, if I did another builder zoo, I would do a cageless zoo. I would look into that and how to do it, and then we would do a whole new design and do a cageless zoo that people walk around. I think that would be really cool. I think that'd be fun. See, there is someone actually from a friends list that's visiting the zoo. That's cute. But the others, it's just random people that play the game. That hang out in your zoo and come and visit. So, sorry, it's completely left my brain already. You want how much? Zapedia. 780. So how much was this? Red panda is 916, so it could even be smaller than that. For that orangutan. And it's got to be a grade 3 fence. Climb proof. Not climbable, but resistance grade 2. Thick glass is grade 4. That's climbable. The red brick. I guess we'll go with the red brick. That seems to be our vibe so far. let's really think about how this breaks off and looks. So I'm going to bring it here, but we're going to cover in this area that is staff, so that people don't have to see it. Do the Disney thing, you know, paint it with that special green so it doesn't show up for anyone. And we shall build our habitat in here. For people to look in. Start curving it there so it fits in even nicer when you curve it. Look at that, beautiful. So that's where people can see. And curve it here as well. But from there, I think it'll become brick. You can also change the height, look. I forgot about that. So wait, was there a height requirement on this? Sorry? Because I would think an orangutan could just hop over that, couldn't they? Dun 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 dun. Grade 3 climb proof, greater than 5 meters. So this is only a 2 meter. It's got to be this high. Is that right? This is where it being, you know, barless would be really cool. Feels like we're building a dinosaur exhibit now, doesn't it? So really, I think those lemurs could escape. I'm pretty sure it's not tall enough, but I'll leave that in their hands. Oh wait, this is too high. It's not actually touching the floor. Their climbing frame. Gotta bring it down so they can actually climb up it. This looks really cool with the tall glass look through. And then start a curve. The orangutans that I would see at the zoo was amazing because they had, it was a cageless zoo, barless zoo, whatever you want to call it. And there was also like a group of otters which had access to certain habitats that they could get through. And I watched the orangutan playing with the otters like they were kittens with like a long reed, you know? It's like hanging over the water and using it the way you would play with a toy with a cat with these otters. And sort of leaning down in the reed, and they would grab it, he'd lift it up and then put it back down. And I'd go back like every year or every other year when I was growing up and see the orangutans in there, and then one time went there and there was a baby. And it's just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I shared a whole bunch of it on my story. Because I think I was streaming when I saw that baby, so I did like loads of pictures from my trip that time on Instagram. So here you go. You've got a beautiful, tall, and then there is quiet and private for you. And the ring-tailed lemur is about to give birth. Let's check out the baby. Ah, being comforted by the other one. She's like this. She's getting in the zone, ready to pop it out. He was like, breathe with me, baby. He. There it is. Oh my god, it's Diddy. It's so cute. It looks like my cat. Looks like Obi. Little baby. So sweet. Hi, little fella. You're so small. What's your name? Masina. Go well, little man. Hey, no roughhousing, guys. Love each other, be nice. There's so much litter here, my goodness. You animals. The animals are outside of the enclosures. This is ridiculous. Get some more staff. Tidy up. The hell? You disgust me. Can I tell them to prioritize cleaning up? Doesn't seem so. So here's the route to our new exhibit, which will make a really funky path. It'll be all cool, and you'll get here. And then you've got the orangutan. Da 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 da. So maybe, I'm honestly thinking it might be the best thing is just to adopt it, put it in there, and then use its stats to get it, you know. Oh, this one's a really good orangutan. It's got a like golden appeal, so let's adopt this fellow. Invalid destination. Oh, you need a gate, don't you? On here. So what we'll do is turn this path up this way. Up, 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 up. And then we'll make a gate. Habitat. Barriers. Gate. Small wooden habitat gate. Glass habitat gate. Wood. Okay, does that make it a habitat now? Animal storage. Send to zoo. There we go. So once they're in there, it'll be easier for us to see what we need. I'm so glad there's a species filter though, that's great. So many different types of animals as well, and I don't even have all the DLCs. There's quite a lot of DLCs for this. Which is, you know, make of that model what you will, I guess, if you think it should just be added. But it's there if you want it. I personally don't really buy them. I just play whatever the base game is, you know. That log shelter looks a bit like they're going to escape if that's in there, doesn't it? This is cute. This looks really cute for you. I'm not sure it's, you know, on theme, but it looks really cute. Let's give you this. You've got a little monkey house. Right, let me click you, bud, and see. Severe social issues. You need someone. Habitat, the terrain, and all the plants and that. So let's do that first. Need a climbing area. You want your grass. You want it to be rock, and you want soil. You don't want all this long grass. So let's change that for you straight away. Paint a strip of soil in front. You don't mind a bit of short grass by the looks of things. Let's make a bigger. Just don't want it to be long. We also don't want it to be that much. I'm also quite happy for it to be rock. So what if we go from soil to rock here? And a bit more. We'll make it be grass around your home. That's just as much grass as you'll tolerate. And a bit more soil to change it up. We'll get some trees in here. There we go, and just kind of like blend it in with the soil on the short grass there. It looks even better. Like it's blending with the rock too, like the soil's being kicked around. Oh, that's not enough short grass for you now. Blend it back in, coming out from there. Great. So now you want some trees and socializing. Insufficient area or crowding issues present? What? I thought this was big enough. It should be big enough for one. I actually forgot to check for two, but there's only one of you in there currently. $8.30. It's still good for two, but we need to do climbable, so I think that's what's missing. So, habitat for you, my friend. You deserve a lot of climbable space. Ooh, there's like a whole climbing frame. Is there one for large animals? It just says small animal climbing frame. So maybe that's not suitable for you. This is filtered to orangutan though. Wonder if we have to... I do think they can climb up trees too. That you place naturally. So let's start putting in some stuff for you. I'm putting bridges across and stuff. Climbable platform. Where's that bridge? The bridge isn't suitable for you apparently. This looks a bit bloody sad now. Let's get some trees in here really quickly. So what kind of trees do you want, my sweet? Tropical Asia. Tropical Asia. There we go. Let's get some ferns along here. Let's give you some shielding from those stinky humans. And banana palms along the back. Change that to soil, I think. Shield you on that side. I love this Bengal bamboo actually for walling. Like this. That looks great. Creating your own little private world. The game crashed, so I've actually got to go again. Putting that stuff in. Probably the right thing, to be honest, as we need to make it look a little bit better than we had. There we go. What was it? Asia Tropical. Let's see. Let's get some banana palms heading around here. And these ferns all along the front so people feel like they're peering through into another world. Jurassic Park style. A little bit of privacy for you. I wonder if you would like some water too. We'll put bamboo there as we were doing before along the walls to make it look less bricky, you know? Trying to sort this out for you, bub. No worries. Oh! Wait, he's been boxed up? He's diseased. Oh dear. Attracted welfare protesters. And got a disease. I'm sorry, I was going as quick as I could. I My bad, my bad, my bad. Sorry. I should have paused it. I need to get him some food and stuff in here, I think. Bornean orangutan, food and water. He's gonna have his food over here. A large water bowl. And a pipe over here amongst the bamboo. There's your feeding stations and your shelter. I think you need to have actual bedding in here. Your selection of hay or leaves, sir, as you wish. Whatever you choose, whatever you feel. And I shall shield you from the world with bamboo. Thusly. I love how easy it is to switch to like rotating and just doing advanced decorating with it. It's so satisfying. There we go. Looks already a bit more inhabitable than friendly. Oh, there's the protesters. Save the monkey. I went to this bad zoo once, the Spanish zoo, before they changed it and made it all about conservation and cageless. And it was so bad that we took pictures and sent them to animal welfare societies and complained. We must not have been the only ones, because the next time we went back, like a year or two later, it had been closed down and it was being refurbed, and then like another year or 2 years later it opened up and it was much, much better. As it should be. Hello, Mr. Orangutan, you're back. How are you feeling? I'm going to pause it for you now and check on you. You need social and you need enrichment, but your habitat is good. You don't have much climbable stuff still, so we've got to get that in for you. I think you would like an area of branches. These don't look too interesting. You must have some bigger ones, surely. Bit bloody rubbish, that. Don't just want you to have a log area. I want you to have some big old frames. I'll try this small animal one. Maybe you'll like to go on it and sit up here. Try it out. And we'll get you the enrichment of a tool puzzle feeder. That seems like something perfect for an orangutan. And a tree forager for food. Let's get you some more trees that suit your world. And some rocks. Would also be good. Get you some extra shielding here for your water area. So you don't have to be quite so stressed. And a custard apple tree? Are they apples that taste like custard? That's a cute little bit of mossy cladding here. That's beautiful. Ooh, curtain vines that hang. That's so cool. Tendrils and vines to hang off of walls. To decorate with. That's when you really get into this game, is when you start decorating with little objects like that. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful tree. Strangler fig tree. That looks amazing. Absolutely incredible looking. And that kind of makes that wooded just look a bit more interesting here. A weeping willow. Love the willows. We put that here for you so you've got a bit more shielding. climbable area is still only 5 meters. I don't understand how we make that go up. If I press play, will that move up? 64 meters now. Okay, so you just need more trees. You need to feel like you're in a forest. Baby's been deforested and I'm out here giving him like 4 trees. Okay. There you go. I love these ones. Let's do another one of that right there. So you feel like you're nice and shielded. You're in the forest now, baby. Habitat good? 78. What if I just straight up put a row of willows in front of your habitat? So it's like you live in the jungle here. I think that's what you need. And then you come to the front when you're good and ready. And even there's a couple of figs. Is that better? I mean, it looks better. You got a right old canopy now. Almost. How about another one? Almost. Getting there, huh? He said, just a bit more. Couple more trees, please, father. That'll do nicely. And then you choose when people come and see you. Still more? I don't know if I can fit many more trees in here, man. Picky little sweetheart, aren't you? Now I need to get you a friend. That's also very important. Let's bring you a lady. He said, "Uh-huh." Wait, people are annoyed at my polar bear enclosure? Animal is stressed trying to hide. It's too open. Alright. Let's cover him up. Oh. Get him some peace and quiet. So people can only look when it's from the viewing area. We're living, we're learning. There we go. Is that a bit better? I guess what I could do actually is put some big rocks in here for you. Like so. Biome. Tundra. Rocks. So then you can hide behind these when you drink and swim and stuff. I can see how this is a little bit open. Did say we would come back. And add these later on. Here we got some big ice boulders. It's when you're having a swim. You just feel a little bit protected here. That's better. A little bit of shielding. It's hard when you don't have any trees. There you go, your stress is all gone now. You can have a nice relaxed poo, apparently. For those only listening, the polar bear just went behind the ice wall that I created and did a massive dump. Enjoy sweet dreams. And the orangutan is happy. And his mate is almost here. And soon we'll have a baby. Is your friend already here? There's already 2 in here. There she is. Wearing the leaves of the weeping willow like a ball gown. Doing a little burlesque up on the platform to attract you. Enda, the orangutan, 18.3 years old. And the guy is Sipta, and he's 24. Cancelled. Are you gonna climb the tree or just hump it? Just sort of clipping through it and see if they mate. I suppose it'd be a bit harder. Might take a little bit longer, mightn't it? And that is the start of our zoo. So it's kind of refreshing, a bit of a refresher, refreshing myself on this one. Remembering how to make the enclosures to work with the animals to get them what they need. And to do some light decorating. Didn't get as deep into the decorating as I have in the past, as I've spent many hours on a single habitat before. I was just kind of trying to refresh myself and remember, look how cute this sleeping red panda is. Oh my god. Absolute cutie pie. And checking out some of our favourite animals. Well, let me know in a comment if you want to see me make another zoo and go a little bit deeper on this one. We'll do a big cageless zoo and what animals you'd like to see me put in there. Let me know in a comment and we'll come back and do another one. Thank you for watching and or listening. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this one on the channel by leaving a comment and of course like and subscribe to come back for more like this. You can find more of me and everything that I do, including all of my podcasts and my other channels, in the description for this episode. Until next time, I'm glad that you're here. Good night.